In 1917, the Georgia Confederate Veterans Battalion was assembled for a review before President Woodrow Wilson in Washington. Among them was a 74-year-old man named Berry Benson, a former sergeant wearing his old uniform and clutching the old rifle he never surrendered to the Union. It is unknown whether Wilson recognized Benson, but he could have. Here in the heart of Augusta, Woodrow Wilson's hometown, stands a 76-foot tall monument to the Confederacy. At its base are 4 famous generals, but that lone rebel on the top, that's Berry Benson. Who better to be chosen as the model for the soldier on top of the Confederate monument? It was dedicated October 31st, 1878 by the Ladies Memorial Association, and it is unique because it places an enlisted man above all the bearded men with sabers at their sides. He was born across the river in Hamburg. At age 17, he went to Charleston with his brother, who was 15, to fight for the South. He saw action in several major battles, including 2nd Manassas and Fredericksburg in Virginia and Antietam in Maryland. He left the war to recover in Augusta after he was shot in the leg during the Battle of Chancellorsville. He was known as a superior scout. Twice he was captured, and twice he escaped from Union prisons. The first escape involved swimming 2 miles across the Chesapeake Bay. The second found him digging a 65-foot tunnel under the prison camp in Elmira, New York. After the war, they walked all the way back home to Augusta, and they didn't give up their rifles. Benson married, had 6 children, and worked as a cotton broker. He became an accountant and invented a remarkable method for checking complex accounts, a system that he sold nationally. He looked after those less fortunate. During the Augusta textile strike of 1898, he not only supported the workers, but served as an arbiter in ending the strike. They say he could solve any puzzle. Once on a dare, he solved the French military code. He offered his services to the War Department. And there's more. Benson achieved national recognition with his defense of Leo Frank, a Jewish factory manager on trial in Atlanta for murder. He pointed out discrepancies in the court proceedings. He publicized his arguments in newspapers across the country, and he helped persuade Governor John Slayton to commute Frank's death sentence. And there's even more. During World War I, Benson was so concerned about orphaned French children, he adopted 5 of them and persuaded his friends to adopt 160 others. Maybe he just liked kids. When he was almost 80, he was leading Boy Scouts on 18-mile hikes through the Georgia woods. Berry Benson died on January 1st, 1923. Another new year for an old soldier. And he never gave up that gun.